Okay, hi there everybody, this is take two. I just kept coughing too much, my first one. But hi, I've gotten a lot of comments recently about my videos on how helpful they've been, and I doubt this one will be helpful, but I figured I'd try to do another. I was really just goofing around with a bunch of stuff. I threw on a lot of stuff. I have like the half deer bath, like galaxy bath. I have the Schadenfreude crescent moon. I have a lot of like little lights. I think these are from Celeste. The backdrop itself is from Soy, and then I turned off alpha blending. Yes, Celeste. And then I'm using a Fox City milk bath pose. I was originally like sitting face forward with it, and then I thought it might be kind of cool if we use the poser to try and hold this moon in our hands. I don't know, that's just what's gone through my head. So it might look completely goofy and weird, but it's something that I thought might look nice. You see these little sparkles over here as well? These are dysfunctionality. That I have their little glitter spots too. I'm struggling with clicking anything though, so... Oh, it's showing it right there. Cool. But yeah. I wonder why it's not showing highlight. Whatever. We can put them over here though, a little bit more. And then for my outfit, I am wearing the Aria Faye hair. Like it comes with a little flower crown. I'm wearing a lot of Miwas, so I am wearing the Miwas star body, their nails, their full body, like the above to the rib tights, like fishnet tights, and then these socks as well are all Miwas. June Byron bodysuit right here. I have a fat pack for it, so it's a fat pack color. And then my own homemade tattoo. I drew it myself. It's not the best, but it has a lot of like little sentimental things on it. And the glitter is from Musu, M-U-S-U. Still wearing Lelutka Erin with the Maitreya Lara body and the Skinnery Ginny skin for Lelutka Evolution. Anyways, let's do this. So this is the most recent Black Dragon. I do have a special version that allows me to pose other people. It's not available to the public. It's just something that I pretty much whined and begged for. But since it doesn't go with the Linden Labs terms, it's not something that he's able to give out. Anyways, let's do this. I'm at Control 0 right now. You can hit Control 8 if you want to zoom out. Control 9 for default. Control 0 zooms you in. And I want to be able to have my face in focus more than anything, so we're going to focus that, and then we're going to like move our camera to where we want it. So I figured we can rotate this a bit. I do still want to make it look like I'm in the pool, so it's not like I'm trying to hide that fact. I thought it might look cool, like, I don't know. It sounded cool in my head. It's probably not, but I just thought like a galaxy within a galaxy might be fun. And I figured we could play with the poser. We can also point our toes and stuff. We'll see how this goes. So we are going to open up the poser now and go to cast hull, which is me. I'll stop posing and start posing again because I had started to mess with it and then reset. So we have our avatar right here, and I'm going to first mess with our arms. I'm going to scroll on down to our left arm, which is going to be on the other side that we don't really see. And we are going to just move our hand out. Just kind of tweak it. Make sure you mess with the collar as well. It won't matter too much if your collar is kind of all twisted, just because we won't be seeing that spot. We're just going based off of what we see right here, because this is the angle I want. And we're just gonna slowly adjust and mess with it. It's really cool. A lot of it can look really kind of crazy at first when you're playing with this, but then once you get practice with the HUD, it becomes pretty fun. And I wanted to have just a little bit of my hand sticking out of the little galaxy pool. I was going to try and add some ripple overlays too to show that like it's in a pool. We'll see how that goes. I might even kind of lower the opacity of this. Select face. Just add a bit of alpha. There we go. So just so we can see it a little bit better. Okay. And then we're going to do the other arm now. I'll tweak everything else more too once I have this ready. Shoulder, roll that forward, elbow out, rotate a bit, wrist, I don't know, I'm already hating this. Like, I'm already ready to ditch this tutorial. Ugh, I'm probably my worst critic. No, there's probably still people that don't like me and are even worse critics, but I'm also my worst critic. Okay. And we are going to... I want to kind of curl up almost like fetal position. So I am going to move my torso forward. So we're going to have to adjust this moon again. But I thought it might be kind of cute to look almost like in embryonic fluid, which is kind of weird. But I don't know, like kind of like a mother moon. And then head downwards, turning a bit. Oh, I'm also wearing the random matter stars. I don't know if I said that already or not, but I am. And I'm already wanting to change the angle, so let's go in and do that. It's pretty easy to do, at least. We will rotate just a bit, just to kind of show that we're underwater, which would be kind of cool. Maybe I should rotate up a bit. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to move this as well as the moon, and we're going to rotate. So it'd be kind of cool to show the liquid a bit more. Let's see how that's looking. Oh, now I'm out of the water completely. Okay, I'll do one at a time. That might be a little easier. Tell me how you guys are doing in the comments. Let me know what's been going on. Y'all staying safe. I'm finally not as sick anymore. It's allergies now too, so gotta love that. But otherwise, I've been feeling a lot better, so that's good. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think I like that a little bit more now. Now that you can actually see the liquid, I think I like that. I'll figure out the angle eventually. For now, we'll kind of just... Let's make this a little smaller. Oop, lost it completely. Must have gotten too small. Yep. So let's make it a little bigger. There. It's a tiny little moon in our hands. I like Schadenfreude stuff a lot. It's really pretty. But we move it up a bit so we can have it like closer to our heads. Our head, not heads. Okay, so we'll move our elbows up again. And inward. And then the other one as well. Elbow up. Rotate a bit. Inward. The shoulder back a bit. I'm going to have to adjust this hand because it looks very newbie. Okay, so we have our moon. We need to showcase that a little bit better. And I don't know, this might be like the dumbest photo I've done. You'll see. It just seems something fun to me, and that's what I go by for photos. I don't do them as an obligation anymore. I do them because they're fun. And I feel like that's what's most important and what matters. Okay, let's keep editing. How about, what should we do for our head? Can mess with our chest a bit more. Make it more like I'm curled in even tighter. Yeah. I'm trying not to do a portrait because that's what I always do, just portrait style photos. I'm trying to go back into like more landscape mode, but it is hard because I just have a style that I like to stick with normally, and I need to take a break from that. But of course, I'm like, ooh, but this angle. But let's try and go back to default and see how that goes. Which is right here. Okay. Now let's rotate this a bit. Come on, focus on the face, not on the hair. Pretty please. S'il vous plaît. There we go. And now that I kind of have the pose that I want to mess with the head a bit more, and then we'll get into lighting. So we'll go back over here, the head. And we're going to just face it kind of towards the moon. Let's close our eyes. We'll go down here to eyelid, upper, close that crap. You gotta do the lower as well too, so it can close properly. Same with the other side, upper right and lower right. There we go. So we have our moon right here that it just looks like a banana, so let's rotate it a bit more. And then we will start messing with our fingers. Because our fingers look a little derpy. Let me take a small little break though. I'm back, so let's continue. So I'm trying not to alt click on myself too much or else I'm going to mess this up. But now we are going to mess with our fingers because you can see a few of them are going inside each other's palms and we just want them to look a little bit more dainty. I don't know if you guys ever watch Hexian with his doll videos, but it makes me think of that. Like he'll always kind of like cut the fingers and then like blow dry them to make them more malleable. So we're going to kind of try and do that just to make them look a little bit more dainty. So we're going to mess first with this left hand, and we're going to just make it a little bit more dainty and pointed. You got to be careful with it because it can easily look broken pretty fast. Let's go with the middle finger next. Takes a lot of finagling for me, a little while. Figure out what I want. Our ring finger we can probably mostly close. Let's do that with our middle finger after all too. Close it around a bit. It's definitely like trial and error and see what you like for this. And thumb, display that out a bit more. This way. And now let's do our other hand. So again, our middle finger is inside our hand, so let's fix that. I want to rotate this wrist a little bit more too. I might have to rotate the elbow more than the wrist. There we go. So it doesn't look as broken. Cool. And then again, the middle finger, index finger. Let's move that closer to the middle. Need to rotate that or else it's going to look broken. Rotate it this way and then lift it and move it. There we go. That already looks a lot better just like that. And then our thumb. let's bend it at the crook just a little bit. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. We are finally just going to make the mouth a little wider. Let's kind of smile a bit more. So let's go to jaw and we'll open it a little bit. And then our lips. We'll raise the corner of our... Oh, that's upper. I want corner right. And just a little and up. And then if you move your mouth, you got to move your eyebrows, because if you smile, your eyes always adjust as well. So our eyebrow, we are going to just go to the inner, lift it a little bit, and inner on the right, and lift a little bit. There we go. And sky editing. Let me pause one more time. Okay, so we have the EEP. It still looks the same as it did a few updates ago. There's a lot you can change if you'd like, but we are going to keep it pretty simple because we are just zoomed in on ourselves. And this is just a lighting that I've tweaked over months, I suppose, because I have it saved in my backup. You can kind of just mess with it and see what kind of colors you like. This is for the sun color, and that's what's going to be bouncing off on your avatar. You can also adjust the glow. So if you, normally that's if you have it like facing behind her, you'll see it more. Like an example, let's see if I can find an example. I think this is full bright, so it might not clip through. Yeah, oh, it's because this is down to haze horizon. That affects it. There we go. I was wondering what was going on. Like, oh no, I'm proving myself wrong. Okay. This already looks kind of pretty. I kind of like it this overly bright, but we don't want it that bright. So we're just going to mess around with the haze horizon and the haze density. We don't want it too dark. And then, like, see, it's getting too dark if we lower our distance too much. So we want to kind of keep that a little light, little ethereal. Max altitude. We can raise that like up to here a bit. And then our scene gamma. Keep it right about here because we can always mess with it in lighting. I don't know why now it automatically makes me save it. I'm just going to minus that. I don't want to save this animation or lighting. I have my, if you want to pause this and look at all of my current toggles, you can. You can copy the numbers. I'll slowly scroll down so you can do that. But I am going to adjust it a bit too. Like I want to raise my chromatic strength a little bit. And that adds like the little 3D lines around it, the red and cyan colors. I'm also going to raise my screen space because I want stuff to glow a little bit, like my nails. Just a little. Doesn't have to be too much. You can see the difference right there when I go in and out. It will cause lag though, so just be kind of aware of that if you're using it. My depth of field, I want to lower my F number, and that'll make it a little blurry, but won't look as bad when we take the photo in a higher size. And then our effect for the screen space, because I have everything else maxed out. You can always mess with this too, however you want, but I like to have it pretty dark for shading. And I think I'm pretty happy with how this looks. So let's go to Snapshot. I will probably have to go up just a little bit. Save to disk and go to 4000. I'm going to take one like this. Save. I'm going to take one more zoomed out like this. So I have a feeling if I try to go up just a little bit, it's going to throw me completely out. Yeah. There we go. I think that's really what I wanted. Nope, a little bit more. There we go. And I want to move the moon just a little bit more now too, now that I have the angle I actually like. So I can see it clearly. Rotate it. And there we go. Save. And that's the angle I wanted from the start, so yay! Obviously, I'm going to have to fix these alphas. There's a lot of alphas like attacking each other for the front, so that's kind of a given that it would happen. We can fix that in post. Let's mess with the lighting one more time and see if we like a different variant a bit more. So we might like it a little darker, and we can always edit that. There we go. Save this one. Okay. And then let's go into Photoshop. Okay, so now we are opening up Photoshop, and we are going to go on down to this photo, and we'll go to these two and open them up because we'll probably combine them. This is how they look out of Black Dragon Viewer. You can see, like I said, it's not as blurry as it was earlier. And I'm just going to drag this darker version right on top. And a lot of this I'm probably going to undo as I go. It's a lot of trial and error for me, so forgive me if it doesn't stay how I'm doing it right now. Oops. And we are back. I had to take a call from my mom. She always gets priority. So anyways, so here we have right here. Let's combine these first before I fix this alpha, because there's no point in doing that if we're going to also combine these. So we have the darker one on top of this, and let's see how it looks with a little bit of soft light or overlay. Sometimes it can be really cool, sometimes not. Depends. I just kind of mess with it to see what I like. But I kind of think I like the soft light, and we'll lower it a little bit. Get a good mixture of the two. Yeah, I think that looks nice. That way I can add my own screen overlay on top. So we are going to just flatten image and then keep going. Let's fix this over here. And easy way to do that is get the clone stamp. Make sure to uncheck aligned, and we're going to hit Alt and click. Make sure you have a copy, so hit Control J to have a copy. And we can lower it a little bit just so it's not completely hard to blend in. So we want to be able to blend this in and make it look pretty natural into it. This hair is lovely. I like Magica hair a lot. Just again, and they even fixed a lot of alpha issues, but you can only do so much when you also have like 3 other alpha things going at the same time. Like with the half deer pool, and then also all the glitter, and then the hair, and just a lot going on. So it's pretty easy to fix once you mess with it. If you're still having issues, there's a lot of free brushes on DeviantArt. Make an account and download them. As long as you're not using them for commercial use, you should be able to use them. If you do use them for commercial use, buy them. Otherwise, there's a lot of freebies out there. So we're just kind of doing this. It doesn't have to be perfect. We will blur this out in a bit as well. It can be perfect if you want it to be. Take as much or as little as time as you want. It's your art. You can even add your own swirls to hide it. Make it your own. I'm going to take the smudge tool and try to fix this hair a little bit just so it doesn't look too balding, because I'm getting kind of patchy over here. So let's just smudge it in a bit. Add a bit more hair. We can also probably clone stamp the hair itself a bit. Just kind of fix it. Yeah, I think I like that a lot more. Okay, not going to focus on it too much. And we're just going to move this a little closer. This one's a lot more subtle. Anywhere else? Up here a bit. But really, it's not too much. And I'll probably even crop this at the end. We'll see. But there we go. Anything else? We'll keep this as our smudge layer. So if there's anything else we need to adjust or liquefy, we'll do that on this layer before moving on. But I think I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty nice. I do still, like once I zoom out, I see a few more things that I want to fix. And that's pretty much just making it look a little bit more windswept, more clean. So we're just going to do that a bit and then go over this one more time with clone stamp at a little bit higher number and just make sure it doesn't look too different from the rest of the background. There we go. Awesome. So now that we have that done, let's make our new layer, Control J. Okay, so now that we have our new layer, we're going to use this as our dodge and burn tool layer. I'm not going to mess with any of these adjustments yet. This is just going to be surface value of what we're going to be messing with. So first I like to go in, I did a little bit of shadow, but normally I like to go in mid-tone first, keep it at a low number. I have it at about 16. I'm going to go in and just shadow spots that would be shadowed naturally. So kind of just adding to the shadows that are already there. If you can't use shadows in Second Life because it's too much lag, this is a good time to use them. You can create your own. Just watch a lot of tutorials on how lighting and shading work, and you can kind of just create your own shadows. I'll do a video for that someday too. But for now, you can kind of get a good gist of it here. Make sure shade our clavicle area a bit more, our nose. We want to get right underneath this little ivy a bit, just a little. It looks a little too intense there, so let's go back to, and we'll go to shadow for this one. Because it's pretty light in that area, we don't need it too dark. And now, since we have shadow, let's just go in here as well and add that. It'll add more of like a bronze look to it when it's skin tone. And just see me adding. And then once this is done, we will go in with our lighting. So we'll go to dodge. Let's do shadow first on this one. This one is a lot more subtle than the mid-tone, depending on what you're lighting up. So we'll just go in again and just add highlights where they would normally naturally be on the face. Put some in the ivy. So let's go in mid-tone next and do that. Just kind of give it a glow. If there's any extra places you want to glow extra, you can do that. But we're going to do these dots. We're going to glow them out a bit more with color dodge in a bit. I just wanted to make sure I got this how I want it first. I also love to add blush to my face. So we're going to go to multiply with the brush. We're going to have the opacity still at 14. And then I'm going to go to like a soft red right here under multiply. And just add a little bit of color to my cheeks. You can add blush wherever you feel like it would help accentuate the body. Normally chest helps a lot. Chin. Just think about it how you would do your makeup in real life and apply it that way. I always like to go a little heavy on the blush, kind of like Victorian art. So I go a little heavier than normal. Where they have pale skin, really red cheeks. Okay, so let's start a whole new layer. Control J. And now we are going to start messing with our lighting around us because we want to make this pop a bit more. So we're going to go in with color dodge, have it about 30, and we're going to mess with these little bulbs first. So you can see some have a little bit of blue to them. Let's just add a bit extra. Give it about 30, color dodge, and I'm just kind of coloring them in a little extra to have some little glowy spots. Got yellow. You can do that here. And how about which color should we do the moon? I'm thinking purplish, have some purple tinge to it, and we're going to go to overlay and just color that in a little bit. Just a slight lazy one, and then we'll go in a bit more detail on the edge and then color dodge it carefully. You can always just Control Z and start it over again if you need to adjust it, because that's a little bright to me. Let's just do a few little spots and then we'll screen it. So let's just do right there and there. And then we'll go into screen and have this pretty low. Let's do this at like 11. And just kind of have a glow about it. So it shows that it's glowing against you. And because of that, we're going to have to also go into multiply and highlight where it would be on your skin. if you're looking at it realistically on where it would glow. So there. Do some overlay as well. Try to always build up, go darker to lighter instead of the other way around. You need to put a little bit on your face if it would glow on your face. And do a little bit more all around in general. And I'll probably adjust the color itself because I'm not sure if I like that purple. But first we're going to go in and mess with all of this. So we messed with our brightness a bit, brightness and curves. We brought it up. Probably lower it again though, just a little. We'll go into our exposure, mess with our offset, as well as our gamma correction. And that already just kind of helps make the lighting that you do have pop. Let's go back into color dodge. I forgot to do this little thing right here. I just don't like how round or rectangular, not rectangular. It's a hexagon, right? Yeah. I don't like that it's uneven, so we're just kind of smoothing it out. Here we go. Or that you can see the ridges. That's what I was trying to say. There we go. We're going to just burn it a little bit here. Try to help blend it into the photo so it doesn't look overly bright. So, midtones and shadows. Just kind of mess with it. Have fun with it. I'll probably undo a lot of it still. So it looks pretty purpley here. Let's make a copy of this real quick. And wrong one. Just a little. Get rid of some of that purple tinge on the finger so it doesn't look broken. Could also get rid of a little bit over here. There. And we're just going to hit Control or merge down one. Right click, merge down. Let's add a bit of saturation now. I'm going to saturate up here as well as over here and over here and over here. We are also going to go in with our shadows, or we're going to go to multiply, and we'll go to a color that we like. I normally like to do a color that isn't already on the screen, so let's go like with an orange, just to help pop a new color in. Like I would say normally, this is a new technique I've been doing lately. It's nothing special. Go on the screen after, kind of make it look more like a nebula. And we really want to make sure we show that she's in the water still too, so let's make sure we highlight the parts where I'm submerged. Okay, I'm going to highlight the skin a bit more too, and darken the wreath a bit because it got a little bright when I was saturating it. There we go. See a little bit of the highlight too. Get rid of some of that. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'm liking how this is looking so far. And it looks good. I do want to crop it just a little bit. There. And let's go with the selective color, because again, I wasn't really huge on the purple. So let's mess with our magentas a little bit. We'll mess with the cyan scale, the magenta scale, just until you get a color that you really like. And if this still isn't doing it for you, you can always just go in and change it manually. I'm going to go in with the reds as well. I got so quiet, sorry about that. I got too into it. this back to 0. And then I'm going to do another selective color above the exposure just because I want to tweak it a little bit more. And I can only do so much in just one layer. So just tweak it a bit. If you want to see how it looks before and after, you can easily do that too. It honestly looks pretty similar. Like I didn't do too much, it looks like, but that's okay. I mostly don't want super orange skin. Looks like it's still a magenta. No, let's go to neutrals again. I would love a more bluish tone, like that. Yeah. Okay, and then let's just go one more time to the magentas and see if we can tweak it a little bit more. Make some stuff pop that wasn't a bit ago. It's a lot of just tinkering with it. Let's see if I even like it. I do, but I'm going to lower the opacity some and bring back in some of the older color. Okay. Finally, we're going to do one more layer. We might do a few more layers. I don't know why I said finally. We're still going. Let's go to overlay to add a bit more of this peachy tone because we want it on our skin a little bit. Let's lower this. We're just kind of highlight what you want, bring color back into it so it looks like it's actually part of the art, not just doodled on, you know. You want it to be as blended in as possible. Multiply so we can add some of the same color in using that. Add some to the wreath even. And let's go back into burn and we can darken a few things there. Add more shadow again that we lost. Okay, almost done. Finally, I want to find a cute little overlay. So we're going to just go into good old Google and see what we can find. Okay, so let's go to Galaxy overlay. We're just in Google. And we want to find an overlay that's mostly black with a little bit of sparkle on top. So this one might be good right here. Make sure there's no stock image lines all over it. And I'm just going to use this. We're going to go to File, Open this as well. We are going to then Image and rotate 90 degrees clockwise. So now we are going to click the Move tool. We're going to drag this off of the bar right here. We're going to hold down this and drag it all the way over to this screen. Wait until it shows like a little white square to show that it's there. And then make sure when you have the Move button on, you have Show Transform Skills checked. Show Transform Controls checked. And then we are just going to bring it all the way over on top of her. I'm going to hit check. And then we are going to go to Normal on this layer and go to Screen. So we're not going to keep it like this. We are going to mess with it. We're going to first lower it. And then we are going to take a black, go back in with black, and go to Normal. And then just start painting in what we don't want super glittery. It's just more to have as a little overlay again to just kind of blend it in. we also do want to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and just set it at the level that you want it at. So just to give some little dappled lights. You can use any one you want. Just make sure you have the ability to use it and there's no stock footage line over it. There we go. I like it. I like it. You can always go in with a normal color as well too and add to that screen layer if you'd like. How about some more blue? Add some blue in here. Go down here and do the same thing. Go to overlay and lower it quite a bit. And we can just add some blue in. Oops, I don't want it on my face. But yeah, I like it. I think it turned out pretty nice. It's not my favorite. I think the photo I did yesterday was definitely my favorite. But I like it. I think this is a good way to show how I do more of my lighting examples. I just don't do really well when I'm recording. The moment I hit record, I just kind of freeze up and anything I do just sucks. So I'm sorry that I'm not that great at teaching while doing the photo as I could be. Hopefully you guys still at least enjoyed this video. If you didn't, let me know in the comments why. I always like to hear your opinion or what you'd like to see me improve on. Just be nice, please. I'll listen, just be nice to me. I would appreciate that. And be nice to each other in the comments too. We're all learning here, and we don't need to ever put down each other. There we go. So finally we're going to go up to filter, sharpen, just so we can have everything kind of a bit more pop a little bit more. If you want some specific spots sharpened more, go right here, hold down, and go to sharpen. Make sure it's not super high. Go to like 24. And that way you can make your eyelashes pop a bit more, or your hair, or the crystals. I might lighten my hair up a bit more too so you can see it. Forgot about that. Shadow. Have you guys been listening to anything good lately on Audible or books, movies? I've been listening to Sandman. I'm almost done with it. I took a break from it just so I could do this video, but I'm ready to finish it. I'm like in the last chapter. It's so good. Okay. Did a little bit of mid-tone sweep in there too. And finally, filter, noise, add noise. And I'm going to put it up to 9. It depends on what size your photo is and how much grain you want. I kind of want it a little low today. And that's it. We're done. Just save it as a PNG. That'll be the wonderful title for it. And yeah, I hope to see you guys later. I'll put this on Flickr. You guys either checked out this video or the photo itself, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.